Hello and welcome back to Heroes of the Golden Age. Today we're starting our round 2 of episodes. We're starting with the Green Hornet, and I was inspired to do that by a comment by a viewer, USCG Carson. First, I'd like to say I have a great deal of respect for the Coast Guard and what you do. Thank you for helping keep the world a safer place for all of us to live in. He mentioned that he really liked Kevin Smith's run on the Green Hornet comic. The comic was titled The Green Hornet Strikes and ran 10 issues from Dynamite Entertainment. It was actually a really good run. I enjoyed it a lot myself. Dynamite actually puts out a lot of really great books. Most of my pull list these days is actually comics that they do based on cartoons that I liked as a kid. The writing, the artwork, it's just been incredible. And I really did enjoy Kevin Smith's take on the Green Hornet. I was also a big fan of his run on Green Arrow. He did an arc called Quiver, which ran for 10 issues. And I was also a big fan. He did a Daredevil arc called Guardian Devil, which ran for 8 issues. And overall, I'm a fan of his comic work. I will admit, and I know you guys would rather have honesty. I'm not going to just, be everything is great by everything. I'll be honest, if I didn't really think something was all that great. I did not care for his Amazing Spider-Man work with The Evil That Men Do with the Black Cat. That one was kind of a miss for me. But there is a chance for him to redeem himself coming up. He's going to be doing a giant-size special with Amazing Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four. I'm very hopeful for it. Like I said, he's had many, many, many more successes than failures as far as I'm concerned with his comic work. So I'm on board. So, again, thank you for listening. Really appreciate you tuning in. So let's get into a new round of episodes here. We're going to continue where we left off. This is going to be our 4th episode, which is entitled There Was a Crooked Man.
The Green Hornet. Adventurer, There Was a Crooked Man. The events and characters depicted in this drama are fictitious. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Aboard the eastbound transport plane.
I hope the next time they hold a newspaper convention, it'll be a little nearer home.
At any rate, Britt, we're lucky to have been on the same plane. Hope you got as much out of your convention as I got out of my trip to Chicago.
Oh, which reminds me, Conway, why did you go to Chicago?
Why?
Well, when James Conway, a one-man grand jury investigating graft, leaves for an airplane trip, that's news.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'd as soon rather not have it known that I went to Chicago.
Oh?
Hope you won't publicize it.
The simplest way to keep things out of the paper, Conway, is to confide in a newspaper man. If he thinks you're trying to hide something and put one over on him, he'll get answers and publish them.
Frankly, then, I went there in connection with the graft problem.
I assumed as much.
There were a couple of men doing a term in Joliet. I had enough on them to make sure of another rap when they finished this one. So they were glad to talk to me.
You wouldn't resort to blackmail to get facts, would you?
Britt, in smashing this graft ring, I'd resort to practically anything.
Bad as that?
Worse than anyone realizes. Right here in this briefcase, I hold the data that will smash this ring.
How about some advance information?
Well, I might make a deal with you.
Eh?
You want information to get what you call a scoop for your paper.
I'd like to have the Daily Sentinel be the first to announce what you will reveal.
And you'll have your scoop, if...
What's the if, Conway?
If you let me have everything in your possession pertaining to the Green Hornet.
What?
The Green Hornet.
But, Conway, what makes you think the Daily Sentinel has anything about him?
Perhaps you haven't. In that case, I'll get the worst of the bargain. On the other hand, perhaps you have. I'll have to rely entirely on your word of honor.
I see.
I'll promise you a scoop on my expose when I'm ready to break it, provided you give me your word of honor to tell me all you know about the Green Hornet.
Well, my word of honor.
Precisely.
Let me think this proposition over, Conway.
What? Think it over. Then you do know more about it than the police have announced.
I'm not committing myself just yet. Oh, by the way, I must send a radiogram to the paper to have my valet meet me at the field.
Well, that won't be necessary. My daughter Polly will be there.
Oh, but I don't want...
She'll have her car to meet me. We can drop you any place you say.
Well, if it won't put you out, you can drop me at my office.
Not at all, Reed. Glad to.
Meanwhile, at the airport, Ed Lowry of the Sentinel approached a sport roadster.
Say, you're Polly Conway, right?
What? Why, yes.
My name's Lowry of the Sentinel. Waiting for the Chicago plane?
Yes.
By any chance, are you waiting for your father?
How did you know who I was?
Those low license plates are a dead giveaway, Miss Conway.
Oh,
Heard your father was digging up some facts in the Midwest.
well, I'm sure I wouldn't know. How soon is the plane due to land?
Half hour.
Are you here to meet Father, too?
Me? No, I'm just here scouting for news. You know, sometimes big names come in on the planes.
Oh,
My boss was in Chicago, too. Wonder if you met your father there.
Mr. Reed?
Yeah, know him?
Indeed, yes, very well.
Say, that's one nasty mess we're having in this town, isn't it, Miss Conway? I wonder how your father's investigation is going.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lowry.
If anyone can smash this graft ring, he's the man to do it.
You really think so?
He's told you about it, of course.
Well,
A couple dozen gambling houses running wide open with all kinds of protection. Cheap joints where they let a sucker play for a nickel, and others where they let them do anything to limit, win or lose.
Yeah, really,
Oh, Miss Conway, he must have mentioned them to you.
Well, if he has, I've paid little attention.
The sheriff of the county attempts a raid once in a while, but there's always a tip-off.
Is there?
Yes, yet the same sheriff completely smashes the joints that try to open in competition to Deke Slotkin. Say, what's your father said about Deke Slotkin? Now, there's a crook who's in solid. Wonder how much he pays for protection.
If you're trying to get information out of
Me? No, where'd you get that idea? I'll bet Deke Slotkin has tried to approach your father, hasn't he?
Miss Conway,
Yes,
wire just came to the office for you.
thank you.
From your father?
Oh, really, Mr. Lowry, it's none of your business. Darn.
Bad news?
He missed the plane and will have to come by rail. I'm to meet up at the station later.
I'll go with you.
Oh, no, you won't.
Wait, I'll tell you what. Let me check at the office and see the passenger list of that plane.
Goodbye, Mr. Lowry. It's nice to meet you.
Now, lady, wait. Gosh, what a girl.
Why do people have to turn right in the middle of the road? Can't you pull to the side and let me pass?
Just a minute, lady.
Oh, I didn't see. Put that gun down. What does this mean?
Just keep your hands on the steering wheel, Miss Conway. I'm riding with you, and you go where I tell you.
How dare you? Get out of my car. What's the
Now,
meaning?
take it easy, and you won't be hurt. Okay, boys. Pull to the side and let us by.
You can't get away with this.
Turn left at the next side road.
Why, you...
Do as I say.
The next morning in the office of the Daily Sentinel.
Holy mackerel, if this don't beat the Chinese. Hey, where's Gunnigan?
What?
Lunch. I thought a city editor lived on ink and paper. Lunch. With a story like this, he's eating. Gangway, I gotta see the boss.
What's the matter with you, Lowry?
Deke Slotkin smacked the homer with the bases loaded.
Good grief, Lowry. Easy on that door.
Where's the boss? Where's Reed?
What do you want him for? He's busy.
Yeah? Well, tell him that Deke Slotkin's finally found enough cash to bribe James Conway.
Watch yourself, Lowry. That's one of those things that calls for lots of proof.
You said it, Casey, and what I'd give to be the guy to prove it.
What's the matter, Lowry?
Get a load of this, boss. Conway reports that he couldn't find a thing against Deke Slotkin, the sheriff, or anyone else in the gambling ring.
What?
Here's his statement. It just came in.
Oh, but that's impossible.
It's a lot of bunk. He had plenty of stuff before he went to Chicago.
How do you know he went to Chicago?
Don't ask me. I know, that's all.
That trip was kept secret.
A guy in Conway's spot conducting a grand jury investigation don't have any secrets. Besides, I was at the airport yesterday. His daughter Polly was there.
Oh, she was.
Yeah, I tried to get some information from her, but she was too smart.
She wasn't there when the plane landed.
No, her father didn't come by plane. She got a wire to meet him at the Central Station. He came by train.
Hey, wait a minute, Lowry. Let's get this straight. You say Conway wired that he'd not be on that plane?
Sure, then his daughter drove away.
And you say that he did have enough charges against the Slotkin crowd before he went to Chicago?
Yeah, and he must have got something in Chicago. Now he comes back and says he has no evidence. Hands in a report that the sheriff and his stooges are perfectly okay. Says Deke Slotkin is on the level. And we know darn well this county reeks with graft.
But Lowry.
Yeah?
James Conway was on that plane.
He was?
Certainly. I talked with him all the way from Chicago.
And why did he send that wire?
Why didn't he have his daughter stay there?
Miss Case, get Conway on the phone.
Very well.
If he isn't at his office, try his home. If he's not there, try the Civic Club.
Right.
Lowry, you get on the trail of Deke Slotkin.
Me?
Right.
Yeah, James
Have
Conway's
Slade cover the
office.
sheriff's office. Get Parker and Milray and have them cover some of Slotkin's joints tonight and see how they're doing. They'll know whether or not the gambling is running full blast.
And if it is?
We'll know Slotkin's mob feels perfectly safe.
I get it. The last 2 weeks they've had a soft pedal on.
Get going.
Don't worry, I'm on my way. Oh, sorry, buddy, I didn't see you come. James Conway.
Conway, the very man I want to see. Come in.
Oh, I was just calling
Say,
you.
Mr. Conway, I want to talk to you.
On your way, Lowry. This doesn't change instructions as far as you're concerned.
Oh, how do you...
Britt, I want to speak to you.
There's no one I'd sooner see.
Privately, if you please.
Oh, come on in my office. Miss Case, if those other men Lowry's going to call for me should come in for orders, have them wait.
Yes, Mr. Lee.
There we are. Sit down, Conway. One of my reporters brought in some news about you.
Yes, I know they did. All the papers have it. I couldn't do anything else. I had to issue that statement.
That you made no findings whatever against the gambling graft?
Yes, Reed, I had no choice.
What's behind this, Conway?
Reed, there's just one man who knows I did have information.
Oh, I knew it. You told me as much on the plane yesterday.
That's why I'm here today. To ask, to beg you, Reed, to forget everything I said yesterday.
Why?
Please don't ask any questions. Will you do as I ask?
That's a large order, Conway.
I know.
You told me yesterday you were ready to smash the gambling ring in this county. You said you got enough information in Chicago to expose the sheriff and his crooked deputies. You guaranteed to prove that Deke Slotkin could run his gambling houses wide open because he was paying plenty for protection.
I know. I wish I'd bitten my tongue off before I said that.
What's happened since then?
I can't tell you. I can't tell anyone.
Conway, I told you yesterday that you could trust a newspaper man.
This is different.
I also told you that if you tried to put one over on a newspaper man, he'd go a long way to get to the bottom of things.
I know, Reed. But this, well, you can't get to the bottom of this.
Where's your daughter, Conway?
What?
You heard me. Where's your daughter, Polly?
Why, that is, she's out of town.
Are you sure she's out of town?
What are you driving at, Reed?
Just this, Conway. Your daughter went to meet you at the airport yesterday. Someone sent her a telegram. She drove away from the airport. Has anyone seen her since then?
Good Lord, how do you know these things?
Has she been taken by Slotkin's mob?
Reed,
Are they holding her? Do they demand that you surrender all the evidence against them as the price for her safety?
You seem to know.
Conway, what are you going to do about it?
I have no choice, Reed.
Are you going to let a gang of crooks get away with it?
Reed, for 20 years I've served the public, worked for the interests of the people. When Matterling ran for the office of sheriff, I fought against his election. He was elected through no fault of mine.
Oh, you needn't tell me, Conway. I fought with you.
As soon as Matterling took office, he started this tie-up with Slotkin. To correct the mistake the voters made, I kept after him. I did have a case against him. I meant to expose him. But now I can't, Reed. I'll give everything I've got in public service, except my daughter. No matter how much I may want to expose this gambling ring, my daughter's safety comes first.
Even though you know who captured her, you can't do anything about it.
How can I? Any one of dozens of underworld rats could have handled this abduction.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right.
And there's no way to force those behind it to admit their connections.
How are you advised what to do?
They called me on the phone.
Have you destroyed the evidence?
No.
Handed it over to them?
I will do so.
But you haven't done it yet.
I can't say any more, Britt. I came here simply to ask you to forget what I said yesterday.
Where is that evidence now?
Britt, I can't say any more. Will you do what I've asked?
You may count on me, Conway.
I knew I could.
Later, in Britt Reed's apartment, the young publisher spoke to Kato, his faithful valet, and the only living person to know him as the Green Hornet.
Kato, we're going out tonight. We're going to see what we can do.
Very well, Mr. Britt.
I wondered, Kato, just how I could give Conway all the information I had about the Green Hornet.
No, you're not have to.
No, Kato, I won't have to. His daughter's disappearance makes it unnecessary to keep that bargain with Conway. Still, I'd almost prefer telling him the whole story if it were the only way to smash this gambling ring.
Mr. Britt, Mr. Conway's a smart man.
Conway's very smart, Kato. He's told no one else about his daughter's abduction. I'm the only one.
Then you must be careful, sir.
You're right. If the Hornet should show a knowledge of his daughter's abduction, Conway will know Britt Reed is the Green Hornet. Unless
what, Mr. Britt?
Unless Conway is made to believe that the Green Hornet is one of the abductors. Come, Kato. The mask and the weapon. Tonight, Conway is going to meet the Green Hornet.
Now, to continue our story. The only way Britt Reed could offer aid as the Green Hornet without making James Conway suspect his true identity was to pose as a member of the gang that had kidnapped Conway's daughter. With this as his plan, he guided the sleek black beauty to the court outside Conway's study.
We'll wait here in the car, Kato.
Yes, Mr. Britt.
I'll go through that French window. Conway's in his study.
Very well.
What are you doing in
Back
here?
inside.
Man.
In, Conway. We'll talk inside the study.
The Green Hornet.
I guess you know why I'm here, don't you?
I can imagine.
Why?
You and those other rats are after the portfolio.
Well, where is it?
I thought there'd be a phone call. I've been waiting for it.
I'm here. There's no need for the phone call.
But if I give you what you want, how do I know my daughter will return safely?
You'll have to take your chances on that.
If she's seen any of you, you might not let her go free to testify.
She certainly won't go free if you don't stop stalling. Hand over those affidavits.
But
Be quick about it.
Yes, I have them. I'll get them.
Now you, put your hands up.
Boy, you...
Hurry.
Raise your hands or I'll blast you into eternity.
More nerve than I gave you credit for, Conway.
Take off that mask.
Conway, do you know what this will mean to your daughter?
I know that I'm about to learn the identity of the Green Hornet. After that, I'll dictate the terms. You'll send my daughter back, not to save the gambling ring, but to protect yourself. My silence in exchange for my daughter's life.
Don't be a fool, Conway. You can't help your daughter this way.
Take off that mask.
Something's wrong. My throat.
Too bad, Conway. You forgot I might have an assistant.
I saw him.
Shot gas from the window just in time. Now get in here quickly. We've got to find those papers. They must be in here somewhere. He was waiting for a phone call from the gang.
We'd better hurry.
He started for this drawer. Perhaps... Yeah, here's a portfolio.
Is that the one?
Yes. Well, this evidence is enough to send Sheriff Matterling, 3 of his deputies, and the entire gambling ring to jail for life.
He had them, eh?
And on top of that, they have a kidnapping charge to face. Conway said he was waiting for a phone call.
Yes, sir.
It was to tell him how to go about exchanging these papers for his daughter. Well, we'll stay right here and take that call.
Suburban home where Polly Conway was held captive, Deke Slotkin made this phone call.
The girl? Well, Conway, you'll just have to take our word for it that she's safe. Yes. Yes, of course you can talk to her. Bring the dame over here.
Go ahead, sister. Talk into that phone.
You cowardly...
Never mind the names. Your father's on the other end of this phone. Say something.
Dad, don't pay any attention to them.
That's enough.
Don't listen to them, Dad.
Come on. You heard the boss.
Hello, Conway. Don't try to trace this call because we ain't calling from the place you'll find us at when you bring the stuff, see? Matter of fact, I'll tell you where we're calling from. It's your own house in the country. All right, you mugs. Take the girl out to the car. Get her to the next place. I told Conway to meet us there.
You think he'll bring the stuff with him?
Sure he will. Sure.
You'll be sorry for this. My father won't let you get away with it.
Take her out and get started. We'll come in the car.
Come on, let's get going.
Dick,
Yes, Steve?
the dame's seen us all. We don't dare let her go.
No?
She'll squawk. She'll send us all to the gaol for life.
Who said anything about letting her go?
On the other hand, if we don't let her go, Conway knows who'll be doing her in.
It's all worked out, Steve. We got the girl's car parked at the 7-Eleven club.
Yeah?
Conway comes there with the evidence and leaves with the girl.
Sure, but...
On the way back to town, they cross the Battlestone Bridge. And that's where they have an accident. And get this, Steve. You know how it's going to look like this accident happened?
I'm listening.
It's going to look like you come out here with his daughter. They had a couple of drinks. A couple too many, get it? And Conway's too tight to drive his car, so he goes off the bridge.
Boy, that's a Lulu.
Yeah, and 6 of you guys will swear the girl was at the club. Come on now, we got to get to the 7-Eleven club before Conway does. Tell the boys to watch for his car in the parking lot.
Right.
Conway is one guy that couldn't be reached with cash. Well, we'll reach him this way. Permanently, Steve. Permanently.
When James Conway recovered consciousness...
What? Hornet. The Green Hornet. Gas. I remember. Gas. Knocked me out. Weak as a kitten. Here, the desk drawer. The papers gone. The Hornet. Oh, yeah, the phone. I'll show him. He can't bluff me. Hello. Give me police headquarters. What's this? Dropped something. Address. Good Lord. Hello. Police headquarters. James Conway speaking. I just found a clue to the Green Hornet. Yes. Send Sergeant Doyle here with men he can pick out and trust. I know he's on the level. Warrant nothing. We're going to raid the 7-Eleven and do it without a tip-off. We don't need warrants where the Green Hornet is concerned.
Kato, these papers tell all about the 7-Eleven club. Now, there's a secret entrance to Deke Slotkin's office. How much is required for protection?
That is good.
If only Conway is the fighter he proved to be when I was in his home.
If he is not, Mr. Britt.
If he isn't, Kato, I don't know what will happen. It might mean the end of the Green Hornet. Our luck must make James Conway realize what the note I dropped in his office meant. It must give him added courage enough to act on it.
More, Mr. Britt.
More? What do you mean more?
You must get out of the club.
Yes, that's a problem, Kato. Once inside the 7-Eleven club, how am I going to get out? There's the club just ahead. Now to find that secret entrance. According to the information in the portfolio, that entrance to Deke Slotkin's office must be through that little woodshed.
Yes, Mr. Britt.
Well, that's the way I'm going in. Take the car, Kato, and leave me here.
But, Mr. Britt, how you get away?
I don't know yet, Kato, but don't bother about me. You get this car back to the hiding place. There's nothing more you can do.
Holly Conway, her hands still tied, was in Slotkin's office.
Better put a gag on her, too, Steve.
Okay, boss. Whatever you say.
Yes, you'd better, you pack of yellow rats. 4 of you here, and you're afraid of one girl.
Shut up. Take it easy. Get a gag in her mouth and get outside. Watch for Conway's car. Who's that?
I wouldn't know, boss.
Who knows about the secret door to this place?
You got me, Deke. Must be one of the bunch.
The only one of the bunch that knows about that isn't here. He's in stir in Chicago.
Maybe he's out.
No, he isn't out. If he was, we'd have heard of it before this.
Say, do you suppose Conway knows about that?
Maybe he does.
Should I open it?
Yeah, open it up.
All of you, stand where you are.
Hey, what's that? The Hornet.
What the Samuel? Back in there. Hey, what's all that smoke behind you? That tunnel behind me's been filled with gas. You better close that panel if you don't want it to come into this office.
I'll close it.
What's the big idea? Who sent you?
I'm here representing Conway. Close that panel. That means no one will leave by this exit, Slotkin.
Did Conway send you here?
What do you think? I'm here to take the girl and leave these papers.
Hold on. That stuff don't go, understand?
You figure on stopping me, Slotkin?
Now, Hornet, put down the rod. We can get together.
Untie that girl. Hurry it up. I'm taking her out of here with me.
And just how do you figure on getting her out, Hornet? You think you can walk right through that crowd in the gambling rooms here with a Hornet mask gun without nobody stopping you?
I said untie her.
Guess again, fellow. I'll shake it down. Gas, you fool.
If anyone else wants some gas, just make a play for a gun. You're going to untie that girl, and we'll have to gas the bunch of you and do it myself.
Take the ropes off her, Steve. He can't get out of here.
Okay.
Conway thought you wouldn't be depended on to keep your word. He kept his. You see, here are the papers, all the evidence he got against you.
Yeah, let me look at him.
Now remove that gang.
All right. I'm doing it.
I suppose you think you're smart finding that secret entrance. Well, let me tell you, Hornet, you haven't a chance in the world of getting out of here.
That's the cops. The signal. It's a raid.
We didn't get a tip.
Don't try to rush that door.
We gotta scram.
Help!
Boss the dame. Them papers, if they catch us...
Hey, we'll find you here. See how you like this gas. We set up a net bomb to fill the room, and here's some more. Now to get out of here. Across the corridor. Here's that room there.
Come on, men. Hopkins private officers this way.
I'm right with you, Conway.
Get back there. Here's one raid you weren't kicked off.
There's the office.
The door's open. Conway, why didn't you tell me you were going to raid tonight?
Me?
You here?
It looks that way, huh?
Holy smoke, boss. You can't be here pounding a raid.
I was after information.
Stay with us, Reed. My daughter is here somewhere. The Hornet's here, too.
Hornet?
Yeah, he tried to threaten Conway. He's in with the gang. You stick with us, boss. Make out you made the raid along with us.
So there's my daughter. Polly. Polly, are you all right?
This room's filled with gas. Careful how you enter it.
What's this stuff?
My evidence. The things the Hornet stole.
Here's Ferber, Slotkin, and a couple of others. They're out cold.
Polly, speak to me. Are you all right?
I'm sure she's not harmed, Mr. Conway. The gas the Hornet uses is not dangerous.
Mr. Reed, this'll smash the ring. Look at the stuff that's here.
I know.
You know.
Well, Conway told me about it. I think, Conway, that now the Sentinel has a story.
The Sentinel has. I wonder which of these four men is the Green Hornet.
I doubt if any of them is.
You seem to know a lot about the Green Hornet. You said the gas was not dangerous. You claim none of these is the Hornet.
I happen to know quite a bit about the Green Hornet. In my position with the Sentinel, I've been well informed about him.
That's right, Conway. There's only one guy that knows more about the Green Hornet than Britt Reed does. And that's the Green Hornet himself.
Sentinel papers! Green Hornet getting broken! Sheriff indicted! Gambling ring exposed by grand jury! Green Hornet still alive! Sentinel, let's be
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Green Hornet, Incorporated.
Okay, now that seemed a little familiar to me. Let's move on to episode 2 and see what we get.
The Green Hornet. He hunts the biggest of all game, public enemies that even the G-men cannot reach. The Green Hornet.
The adventurer, not a drop worth drinking. The events and characters depicted in this drama are fictitious. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
Epidemic hit city. Read about the epidemic. Clarion paper.
The Sentinel will not publish scareheads like the Clarion. Why should we alarm people needlessly?
Clarion paper. Read all about the epidemic. Extra Clarion paper.
Analysis of over 50 samples of milk taken at random convinced me that we must look further for the source of contamination, which gives rise to the present epidemic. Signed, Grant, City Health Department.
In my opinion, the present epidemic is nothing about which to become alarmed. Such an ailment occurs with the present frequency about once every 7 years. I believe this spring is simply the time for the recurrence of such an epidemic. Signed, Dr. Holmes.
Samples of the city water supply show no trace of contamination. Signed, Fox, City Chemist.
The public is advised to boil all drinking water. Signed, Health Commissioner.
Clarion paper. 10 new cases of fever in the last 24 hours. Clarion story of epidemic.
It is quite possible that a contamination exists in the water which cannot be isolated. Brigham, M.D.
I demand an investigation be conducted. Maybe our purification system has failed.
In my opinion, there is nothing about which to become alarmed.
Boil all drinking water.
Such an ailment occurs as an epidemic about once every 7 years.
I demand an investigation. What's the matter with our water system?
There is nothing about which to become alarmed.
Clarion extra paper. Epidemic on the increase. Investigation is demanded.
Play this epidemic down. There's no reason to alarm the public.
I'll tell you why I sent for you, Dr. Holmes. You've been one man who's kept a level head through all this scare. The manner in which the Clarion has used scareheads is enough to almost start a panic.
I realize that, Mr. Reed, and I think your paper has been wise to play it down as much as possible. If the Clarion would only do as the Sentinel has done...
Dr. Holmes, I asked you to come here because I'm interested in your theory that there's nothing in the way of contamination behind this epidemic.
I'm sure there isn't.
And that assurance has made considerable trouble for you, hasn't it?
Why do you say that?
Hasn't it?
Well, yes.
There are men in this city who have gone on record with statements against you.
Yes.
Statements against a lot of other men as well.
Yes, but I'm the one who really suffers.
Have you heard from the Medical Association?
Well, yes, I have.
I thought as much. They've expressed disfavor because of the publicity you've had.
I've been accused of seeking publicity. I've been charged with making what appears to be a sensational statement for no other reason than to achieve a lot of publicity. And, Mr. Reed, that has been the furthest thing from my thoughts. I've stated the simple truth.
That's what I thought, Dr. Holmes.
But it would appear that people don't want the simple truth.
Burton has been pretty noisy in his demand for an investigation of the water supply.
It has been investigated, Mr. Reed. The water supply is perfectly all right. The water is not contaminated.
There's a lot being said against the officials who agree with you.
I know.
Are you acquainted with George Tyler?
Very well.
He's been the brunt of some mighty bold charges. Simply because he insists that the water system is perfectly all right. Burton accuses him of all manner of outlandish things.
Tyler is an honest official. It's too bad there aren't more like him. Did you hear about the row between him and the city chemist?
Oh, you mean Fox?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know there was any argument.
A bitter one. Tyler went to Fox's laboratory yesterday afternoon. Fox was bending over a microscope, and on his bench there were samples of water, each one of which had been tested for various elements and bacteria. Fox had already submitted a report to which Tyler referred.
You contradicted your original statement, Fox.
Oh, hello, Tyler. I didn't hear you come in.
I said you contradicted your original statement. You said at first that there was no contamination in the water.
That was before I made these last tests.
You just released the statement.
And announced the existence of bacteria that might cause the present epidemic of fever.
May I see your laboratory notes?
There they are. Have a look, if you can understand them.
I'm not much of a chemist, Fox, but I do know something about our present system for purifying the water.
It's obsolete, for one thing.
Oh? Is it?
It must be. Take a look at those reports. Take a look at this slide on the stage of the microscope. It's fairly crawling.
Really?
Emphatically.
Fox, I wonder what made you change your opinion so suddenly, so radically.
Well, these tests.
And where did that water come from?
Right from that tap. Are you doubting me?
Oh, no, Fox. No, I wouldn't doubt you without more proof.
Proof? Proof of what?
Mr. Fox, there are certain interests that would like very much to sell the city a new water filtration plant. It would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars and represent a tremendous burden to the already well-burdened taxpayers. It would mean that water rates would have to be doubled, and it would line the pockets of the firm that installed it.
Which is the more important, the public health or saving a few cents a month for taxpayers?
Both are important. The first is essential. Public health must be guarded at any cost. But we do not need a new system.
You say that in the face of what my report shows?
I do. I've had my own chemist analyze the water.
Oh, I see. I guess you're hedging around for a cut-in on the graft, huh? Fox, yeah. Maybe you have the idea that the Maxwell Company will hand you a few grand to okay the new water system.
I have the idea that they've already done that. For you.
You'd better prove that statement before you make it public.
Perhaps I will.
I could hear most of what was said because I was just outside the door. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I did want to speak to Fox. Then I heard George Tyler mention my name.
I've had Dr. Holmes in conference, and I'm convinced that his explanation for the epidemic is the right one. Fox, you accuse me of wanting to get cash. Well, I charge you with that very thing. It's my opinion that you've already been paid by the Maxwell representative.
You watch what you're saying, Tyler.
You and Burton, and I don't know how many others.
Burton will hear about your accusation.
Let him. Tell him that I said he's had an itching palm ever since he took office. He's banked 10 times as much as his salary. He's been in on every graft that came along.
If you don't like the way things are being run, why don't you resign?
Perhaps I shall.
Both men were furious, Mr. Reed, and I was about to walk away from the door, rather than embarrass them by letting them know they'd been overheard, when George Tyler's wife came up to me and said...
Why, Dr. Holmes, how do you do?
I was rather surprised, and I didn't want her to go in where Fox and her husband were arguing.
What did you do?
For a moment, I didn't know what to say, but I was spared the trouble of saying anything because Tyler came out and...
Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, George. I've something to tell you.
You know Dr. Holmes, of course.
Of course. Perhaps you'd be glad to hear what I have to say. Let's go over here where it's a little more private.
I think perhaps I'd better go along.
Oh, please come, Doctor.
Come along, Holmes. You and I may have a little trouble on our hands before the week is finished.
I went with Tyler and his wife and realized that whatever charges were made against Tyler would quite possibly be made against me as well. I knew that Fox was a man who would stop at nothing, and that he was in a position where his word could not be questioned. Then Mrs. Tyler told why she came to see her husband.
Never mind how I happen to hear this, but take my word for it, George. It's the truth.
What is, Mary?
There's a man in town by the name of Gaylord. Have you heard of him?
Heard of him? I should say I have. Gaylord is the man who's trying to sell the city the new water system.
That's what I understood. He told certain people that he already had spent around $10,000 in the right places. And he's reasonably certain that he'll persuade the city that the epidemic is caused by the drinking water.
But that is not the case. I'm willing to stake my professional reputation on my statement.
Gaylord, Burton, Fox. I wonder who else has sold our city short.
There you have it, Mr. Reed. I've talked off the record, you understand.
I'm glad you've confided in me like this, Dr. Holmes.
Tyler is a patient of mine. This thing has hit him hard.
The charges in today's Clarion will hit him even harder.
Charges?
You expressed the idea that Fox might talk. Well, he has talked. He's hinted that Tyler is waiting for a chance to cash in.
He has no basis for
that
his claim.
forestalls anything that Tyler might say.
Mr. Reed, is there nothing that can be done to give the public the truth?
Not without actual proof.
Is the word of Fox absolutely final?
Fox is in charge of the city laboratory. He's made the test.
Uncontaminated water.
He claims it's the water from the tap.
That can't be true. And even if it were, he has no proof it's that water which is causing the present epidemic.
Dr. Holmes, the Sentinel will do what it can to investigate. You have my promise on that.
The Sentinel investigating. That makes me laugh. Have any reporters annoyed you, Fox?
Oh, they came around my laboratory, Burton. But I won't let them bother me.
My investigation is showing beyond the shadow of doubt that our method of purifying water is archaic, obsolete, old-fashioned, and not terror.
That's exactly right, Burton. Now, the Maxwell system, which I've been trying to sell to your city...
You needn't sell me, Gaylord. I'm sold.
But I haven't seen any signed contracts yet. What about them?
You just give us a little time. I'm giving another radio address tonight. Radio is the thing. I'm going to come right into the home of every citizen in town and show them the risks that lurk in their water faucets.
Good.
Show them how certain of our backward city fathers are unwilling to keep step with progress, and show how the added cost for your system will mean practically nothing. The added cost will mean less than 2 cents a day. Now, my friends, figure that out.
The average family is 5 people. 2 cents a day for good health for a family of 5. Less than half a cent a person. And for that trifling sum, certain people still maintain and insist that we shall adhere to the same drinking water that has been used for the past decade. Suppose the auto industry stood still. Suppose all industry refused to admit progress. You would still be listening to me on headphones. Perhaps you would never know the thrills of radio.
Rabble-rousy.
What's the matter, Mr. Britt?
Now, that fellow Burton, Kato, his is the type of voice that can make you hate anything he sneers at. The type of voice that hypnotizes the public. He has them thinking that 2 cents a day is a mere trifle. But he doesn't tell them that it means 60 cents a month, nearly $2 more on the quarterly water bills. And that means that the water bills will be practically doubled.
That's right, Mr. Britt.
I can't even think of a way for the Green Hornet to act in this situation.
But you might try.
Try? Well, how can I try? What can I do? Suppose the Hornet did call on Fox, or Burton, or even Gaylord, who's passing out the money. There's nothing to work on. Unless
what, Mr. Britt?
Unless I could get you into Fox's laboratory. You know chemistry, Kato.
Yes, Mr. Britt.
Perhaps you could run some tests on the specimens he's already tested, if they're still there.
If he has equipment.
No, there's plenty of equipment there, Kato. I wonder if we could get into the laboratory tonight.
We might try.
It's worth the effort, Kato. I want to be sure of just one thing before we go any further.
What is that, Mr. Britt?
I want to be sure that Fox has lied in his reports on the analyses of the city water. Is the car ready?
Yes, Mr. Britt. It's ready.
Bring the mask and weapon in, and let's see about getting into that city laboratory. Yeah, this is the door. I think one of these keys will fit. Yeah, there we are.
What about the light?
And we can't turn on the ceiling lights, Kato. There's a lamp on the bench there. Use that and the electric torch. You'll have to run your tests without any more light than that.
I try.
I wonder if he's left the samples here after testing them. Yeah, those flasks might be. Kato, these flasks are labeled. These are the water samples Fox analyzed.
Very well.
Yeah, his lab note should be here somewhere. And let me take that light.
Stand where you are, don't move.
What the?
I have you covered. You're home. The Green Hornet.
Put down that gun and listen to me.
Listen to you, nothing. If you move one step, I'll shoot to kill.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Green Hornet drama. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now, to continue our story. A single desk lamp casts a faint glow of light in the chemistry laboratory as Dr. Holmes, gun in hand, faces the Green Hornet.
So you are the Green Hornet.
What are you doing here, Holmes? Aren't you in trouble enough already?
Trouble? I'll go the whole way now. I'm here to prove that Fox lied. I'm here to conduct my own analysis with the same equipment Fox used. I'm here to learn the truth for myself.
Burglary on top of the other charges, huh?
Burglary? What's a thing like that to me? I don't think there'll be any charge anyway. You're the one who entered first. And I suppose you're the one who put the watchman in the condition which I found him.
I am.
But enough talk. I've never shot a man. But you...
Holmes, you haven't even asked me what I'm doing here.
Obviously, you're hand in glove with the rest of the crew.
You're mistaken.
Oh, no,
I came here for the same reason you did. I, too, wanted to know the truth about those water tests.
Why?
Because I had ideas about collecting a little of this cash that Gaylord's planning to spend.
You? I knew it. You are in with the rest of them.
But that's where you're wrong. I'm against the rest of them, and until they pay me off.
Oh, that's it, eh? Well, you'll not be paid off. I'm going to...
Don't you know that before you can squeeze that trigger, my friend will knock you down?
That's a pretty old trick, Hornet. I've heard it done before, but I won't turn around.
You didn't see my assistant when you came in here.
Assistant?
Hold him! I'll take a gun.
You do have someone with
I
you.
have, as you've seen. Let me go now. No, Holmes. You keep facing this way.
Well, now what are you going to do to me?
Nothing, Dr. Holmes.
Nothing?
Nothing at all. Except to watch you while you proceed as you planned.
Proceed?
Test that water. I'll watch you. You can do what my assistant was about to do when you came in here.
To help you,
You'll not hamper me in any way, Holmes. You will simply deprive yourself of the privilege of helping to smash this gang. If you don't care to run these tests, I'll give you the same gas I gave the watchman. And then recall my assistant to do what he started to do when you interrupted.
I want to be in on this.
Good. Now get going.
Mr. Reed's office?
This is Dr. Holmes calling. I would like to speak to Mr. Reed in person.
One moment, Dr. Holmes. I'll tell him.
Yes?
Dr. Holmes is calling. Do you want to speak to him?
Oh, yes. Put him on my line.
One moment, please.
Hey, Casey. Is the boss in?
He's talking on the phone right now, Lowry. Wait around.
And how? Say, it looks as if the council is going to close a deal for that new water system.
Not really.
No fooling. And if they do, it's the biggest piece of graft this city's ever seen. Well, it's been jammed right down the taxpayer's throat.
I know it.
Why don't the boss slap a big spread on page 1?
Why?
Well, look at the Clarion. Here, get a load of this. Look.
Hey, don't try to ram it down my throat.
Look at it. The way they play up the sickness, the way that Dr. Holmes has been treated, the way Burton accuses George Tyler.
Yes?
Get George Tyler on the phone for me.
Very well.
Tyler? What's the boss want of him?
Anyone else, Mr. Reed?
Was that Lowry out there?
Yes, he's here.
Well, tell him to stick around. Things are due to happen.
Do that happen?
I also want an outside line. I have a few calls of my own to make.
Yes, sir.
In this case, Dr. Holmes will be around shortly. Please ask him to wait in your office.
Very well, Mr. Reed.
Why does he want Tyler here?
I'm sure I don't know, Lowry. He told me just what you heard.
And Doc Holmes, why is he coming here?
How do I know? I hope Tyler's at home. He wasn't at his office a while ago.
Hello?
Is Mr. Tyler there? Britt Reed of the Sentinel calling.
Oh, one moment, please.
Is he there?
Yes.
Hello?
Mr. Tyler, this is the Daily Sentinel. Could you come to Mr. Reed's office as soon as possible?
Reed's office? Yes, I think so.
Thank you.
Casey, I got a hunch.
What?
I mean it. The boss doesn't take graft like this sitting down. He hasn't been laying back on the editorial for nothing. He's been biding his time. He's been waiting.
Has he?
I'll bet on it. You just wait and see.
Lowry, I think we may have a story for the afternoon edition.
What sort of story, boss?
Something that Dr. Holmes has told me about.
Oh, Reed, I'm glad I was able to catch
Oh, come right in, Dr. Holmes. I was keenly interested in what you had to say.
Reed, well, here is the letter I spoke about on the telephone.
Let me see it.
Yes, of course. I hope you'll have the same confidence that I have that this writer tells the truth.
Writer?
What's the letter?
Hands off, Lowry.
I believe what he says, Mr. Reed. I can't tell you why I believe it. You simply have to take my word for it.
Very well. I've already telephoned for George Tyler to come here.
Good.
And also a couple of other men who'll be interested in what you outlined on the phone.
Do you think the plan will work?
I see that it's suggested by this writer.
Yes.
What's the mystery? Who sent that letter? What's this plan?
Don't breathe a word of it, Lowry. But this was sent from the Green Hornet.
The Hornet?
What's the Hornet got to do with this?
Please believe me that he can be trusted.
How do you know?
I know. We're going to play a hunch, Lowry. We're going to do just what Dr. Holmes has requested. The Green Hornet went to that laboratory last night.
The city lab?
Yes.
Where Fox works?
Yes.
And we didn't get a story about it?
No, we had no story about it.
What's the matter with us? Why did we miss a break like that?
Take it easy, Lowry. We're planning for a bigger break today. George Tyler will be here in a couple of minutes, and when he comes, we'll go over to the city laboratory.
The city chemist was in his laboratory with Burton and Gaylord. There seemed to be a bit of misunderstanding.
But I don't know who sent for you two. I certainly didn't.
All I know, Fox, is that I received a telephone call. Was told that you wanted to see me here as soon as possible.
And I the same. If you didn't call for me, Fox, who did?
I don't know. There's nothing I want to see you about anyway. I have troubles of my own today.
Troubles? What kind of troubles?
Oh, I have to find a new night watchman. The one that was on duty last night disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes, went off on a bat or something. He didn't ring his box at midnight, and when the detectives came, they found that he'd apparently gone home. He hasn't been seen since. They can't find any trace of him.
You didn't send for us then?
No, I didn't send for you, Gaylord.
Well,
How do things shape up anyway? Now that we're here, we might as well compare notes.
All right, as far as I'm concerned. I've given out the reports you wanted.
And they're fine reports. Fine reports.
How did you like the radio address last night, Hawk?
First rate. That ought to get action.
I think we'll have the purchase contract signed in no time.
There'll be something nice in it for each of you men when it's signed.
Who's there?
Open up, Fox. We want to talk to you.
Just a moment. Well, what sort of a delegation is this?
My name's Lowry of the Sentinel, and this is Britt Reed. Guess you've heard of him, Fox?
Well, to what am I indebted for the honor of this visit?
Dr. Holmes has a few suggestions to make, Fox.
Oh, you here, Holmes? You have a nerve coming here.
Perhaps I have, Fox.
We're expecting some other gentlemen here, too, Fox.
Well, Burton, I heard your speech last night.
Oh, you did, eh?
Yeah, rabble-rouser. See here.
Now, take it easy, Burton. It might satisfy your curiosity a little, and yours too, Gaylord, to know that I was the one who telephoned for you gentlemen to be here.
You? I was told Mr. Fox wanted to see me.
Well, I dare say he does.
Well, that
At least
isn't-
he will want to see these two before the morning's over.
You'll have to get out. I'm busy today. I have work to do.
Yes, you have some special work to do, Fox. We're going to ask you some questions about the water you've been testing.
My report is final. I'll tolerate no interference whatsoever.
Oh, here come my friends now.
Hello, Britt.
Fox, I believe you know the health commissioner.
Yes.
I'll be in time?
Oh, yes, quite in time. In fact, we've been waiting for you. Allow me, Fox, to present, in case you don't already know him, to present the Commissioner of Police,
What is the meaning of this?
President of the City Council, and His Honor the Mayor.
Let's proceed with this plan you outlined, Reed.
Very well.
What sort of a game are you trying to play here?
You wouldn't toss these gentlemen out of your laboratory, would you, Fox?
I would.
Gentlemen, Dr. Holmes has suggested that you come here and witness a test on the water samples Mr. Fox has in those flasks on his bench.
I've already tested that water and turned in my report.
That, you say, is the water you've tested?
It is, and here are my notes on it. If that doesn't satisfy
It doesn't satisfy us, Fox. I think it would be a good idea if you'd repeat the test. Use the same sample and follow your original notes. Go through the same procedure and let us witness the various reactions.
Very well, I'll do it. If that will satisfy you.
It's rather a serious matter, you know, spending so much of the taxpayers' money.
This is nothing but a publicity ruse. It's just a stunt of these newspaper men to get a story.
You're quite right, Burton. It is a stunt. And we'll get a story.
Fox, please proceed with the test.
All right, I will proceed.
Oh, by the way, did you bring the stenographer?
He's right outside.
You might as well start taking down his shorthand right now. Be a good idea to have a transcript of everything that's said from this point on.
Very well.
And have it entered in the record that Fox has stated that he's already tested the contents of those flasks on his bench.
We heard that.
You'll have to stand back. I'll have to have some room to work here.
Of course. Give Mr. Fox all the room he wants.
The city chemist proceeded with the experiment. When it was almost finished, he said,
Now I'm ready for the final test. If you know anything about this process, you know that the particular contamination I'm trying to isolate will cause a brown color to appear when I add this reagent.
We know that.
Then I hope you'll be satisfied. There, it's turned brown.
It has turned brown.
I said the water was contaminated.
Are you satisfied?
Mr. Reed, what's the meaning of this?
Have you been trying to make fools of us?
You promised us an expose.
I thought you said you'd prove that Fox gave out a false report.
I thought you were going to clear me. This makes me more of a laughing stock than ever.
Mr. Reed, that letter I showed
Wait
you.
a minute. Fox, let me ask you one question.
Well?
Is the water you took from those flasks just now the same water you tested before?
Of course it is.
You haven't changed it since yesterday?
No.
You mean to say you did not change the water in those flasks this morning?
I did not?
Then the water that was there at midnight last night is the water you tested just now?
Yes.
Let me read you, gentlemen, a part of this letter. The watchman will be on hand when needed. He's one witness, Dr. Holmes another. I emptied the water from the flasks and replaced it with chemically pure distilled water from the laboratory supply.
And that is true.
Fox, you've tested distilled water and called it contaminated.
And you'll find the contamination in one of your reagents. You yourself contaminated that water, Fox.
If that water had come through clear, you'd have been all right. It would have proved that you gave an honest examination. But you didn't. You knew there had to be contamination, so you made sure it would show up.
Wait, what about that?
If you doubt my word, sir, take the contents of those other flasks. They'll prove to be distilled water. Take Fox's reagents and see if you don't find the contaminating substances in one of them.
That's what we shall do.
And if you still want proof that I was here last night, take a look at that carboy of distilled water. I can tell you what you'll find there, because the man who wrote that letter Mr. Reed has put it there while I was watching.
No, that. I didn't notice it. I didn't see it till now. The seal of the Green Hornet.
The Hornet?
You won't arrest me. You can't prove anything. You haven't got a thing on me.
Take these chemicals. We'll have other men decide on the truth of these charges.
I won't be taken. I won't be taken. That's sacking him, boss.
That'll hold him. I think his actions denote guilt.
They do. That chemistry will produce proof that will stand up in any court.
I didn't know anything about that. You can't blame
We'll get to
me.
you, too, Burton, before we finish.
Dr. Holmes, you seem to have been allied with the Green Hornet.
Well, The Green Hornet's letter puts Dr. Holmes in the clear. And I think this morning's event will reestablish the public opinion of Mr. Tyler. Go on, Lowry, and file your story.
And how?
I want to call my wife and tell her the news she's prayed that she might hear. Thanks to the Green Hornet.
Electric paper. Read all about the expose. City chemist indicted. Green Hornet still at large. Central Electric paper.
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Green Hornet Incorporated.
VintageRadioshows.com.
All right, I really liked that episode. Had a little mystery, little intrigue, whether or not the water was contaminated, who contaminated it. Definitely showed that Britt Reed, whether or not he's in costume as the Green Hornet, is definitely a man of his convictions. He is not afraid to stand up for what he thinks is right, speak his mind and his opinion. Doesn't try to hide and not draw attention as one or the other. Plus, you can see that being a newsman is not something that's just a cover identity to him. You could tell it's something he is passionate about. He cares about bringing out the truth. And it's probably one of the things that's right at the core of the character. And it's one of the ironies that's just really cool, because although he is all about bringing out the truth, one of the biggest things that works about the Green Hornet is that he lies about being a villain, so that no one really knows what's going on. So it's kind of interesting. But that episode was not a drop worth drinking. And yeah, that was pretty enjoyable. I thought it was pretty cool. So let's now head into another episode. This one is titled The Ghost Who Talked Too Much.
The Green Hornet. He hunts the biggest of all game, public enemies that even the G-men cannot reach. The Green Hornet. The Adventure of the Ghost Who Talked Too Much. The events and characters depicted in this drama are fictitious. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
My name in life was Homer Burley. I have a message for my wife. Is she within the hearing of my voice?
Homer, my dear husband.
Have you anything to ask your husband?
Homer, dear, are you happy?
I would be happier, Myra, if it were not that I'm worried about you. I don't want you to go hungry, to know poverty.
But you left me that insurance.
It needs wise counsel. Myra, I want you to see his name, Abbott. Abbott. Then I will not worry.
Homer, are you still there?
I am afraid I have lost contact with him, Mrs. Burley.
Oh, there's so much I still wanted to say to him. Call him back, Roger.
Tonight I am exhausted. Perhaps another time. He gave you one message, though.
Abbott. I'll see him. A man named Abbott.
Mr. Abbott's office. An appointment? Have you met him before? Very well. Please come at 3 tomorrow. Yes, I'll put your name down. Thank you. Goodbye.
Is Abbott in his office now, young lady?
Oh, yes, sir.
It is time for his daily reading.
Of course, Roger. Please go right in. He's waiting for you.
Well, Roger. The time has come, my friend, for a study of your day's horoscope.
My checkbook, you mean?
That's it, Abbott. How is business?
Going good. Since you moved into that swank headquarters.
I had a couple new ones in yesterday and called back their husbands.
Women with cash?
Of course. I made sure they had dough before I went after them.
Good going.
I'm branching out some more, Abbott. I'm putting a girl in to do nothing but check on the death notices and adding another woman to the sales force.
Sales force?
Of course. After I've learned considerable about a certain widow, she has to be sold on the idea of coming to me for an interview and a sitting, doesn't she?
Well, I'll be... Roger, you're all right.
Furthermore, Abbott, we're not going to be quite so barefaced in taking their cash for wildcat stocks.
What do you mean by that?
Precisely what I said. We're going to run this office of yours more along the lines of a dignified brokerage house and actually make some legitimate investments for some of these people. We can run a lot less risk with the law and still make a big thing of the business.
Now, look here, Raja. Suppose you run your crystal-gazing emporium and let me run this investment office.
As long as you run it along the lines I consider intelligent, you may run it. Otherwise, I will interfere.
But I'm all right.
I don't propose to see both of us land in prison, you see.
I've done all right so far.
And I will see that you continue to do all right. Now, how much have you taken in since yesterday?
Mrs. Wilder came in with $5,000 to invest.
What did you do with it?
Sold her some Continental Merchant stock.
That is utterly worthless.
Sure. But she won't know that for a long time. The profit on that deal was $2,000.
Anything else?
That's all.
Abbott, you are a fool to try and double-cross me.
What do you mean?
Do you think I have so many facilities for gathering data without using them for the most important angle of my business? You seem to forget a matter of $500 you took from a woman named Joyce. Moreover, Mrs. Wilder left $10,000 with you, on which my share amounts to $4,000.
Who told you
I'll
that...
take the money in cash, Abbott, and don't take such risks. I might decide to find another broker to work with me.
You try that and I'll land you in jail.
You will land me in jail for what?
You're in this racket as deep as I am.
That's a matter of proof, my friend.
Hey, Casey, here's a funny one for
for you. What's that, Clicker?
Why, if this isn't a Lulu, get a load of this negative. And be careful, it's still wet from the rinsing bath. I shot a picture of this Roger at the Hotel Continental affair this afternoon.
Yeah? Well, what about it, Clicker?
Well, the doggone negative's a positive, see? That palooka has such a dark complexion that he shows white on the negative. Now, ain't that something?
Who is the bird, anyway, Clicker?
Oh, Roger something or other. I didn't cover the story, just took a couple of shots of him. He's the new rage of the society dames.
What's he do, look into a crystal or something?
Oh, he does all the tricks. Crystal reading, spirit tapping, table tilting. I was talking to a couple of dames over at that meeting, and they claim he brought back the spirit of their dead husbands.
Ridiculous.
Well, I'm just telling you what they told me. Boy, would I like to try to get a photograph of one of those spirits.
Good afternoon, Miss Case. Oh, hello, Miss Benny.
Hello, Mr. Reed.
I didn't know whether you'd be in or not today, Mr. Reed.
I usually get in once during the day.
I was just showing Miss Case this negative, Mr. Reed. It's that new sensation in the spiritualistic world.
Who's that?
The Roger.
Oh, a couple of the girls were talking about him last evening.
I tell you, that guy's a sensation. He's got everybody talking about him.
He also has a good press agent. He's hammered at us from the time he first showed up in town. Sent enough stuff in the office here to fill half a dozen of Gunnigan's wastebasket.
No wonder I'd never seen any of it.
Gunnigan is allergic to fakers, fakes, and racketeers.
And press agents.
No wonder the stories on the Roger didn't get by him. He probably thought you might let one of them see print.
Well, you suppose this Roger really has something on the ball?
He's got just enough on the ball to make himself a fortune. But you know, Mr. Reed, there are no ghosts.
I'm surprised that the law doesn't step on a man like that.
I don't know why the law should.
Well, in the first place, he's obtaining money under false pretenses.
Yes, but Mr. Reed, he really does give people some comfort. Don't you think so?
Comfort?
Maybe there's something to that, Mr. Reed. I hadn't thought of that angle. If it gives a woman comfort to think she's hearing from her departed husband, well, it's surely worth whatever Roger charges.
Unless he goes beyond that.
What do you mean by that?
I've heard of men like that aren't satisfied with the fees they charge. They suggest investments for people and use that as a means of robbery. However, we have a newspaper to run.
Look here, Mr. Reed.
Yes?
I'd give a week's pay for the chance to take some pictures at one of those seances.
You'd give a week's pay?
Boy, that would be something new. Why not let me sign up for one of his weekly meetings and take along a hidden camera and some flash bulbs? Maybe if the ghost appears, I can get a picture of him.
Picture of a ghost?
Wouldn't that be something?
Miss Benny.
Huh?
The Daily Sentinel couldn't endorse such an unethical proceeding.
Oh, that's what I was afraid of.
I'll be in my office, Miss Case, if anyone calls.
Very well.
And, by the way, if someone should happen to already have a good picture of a ghost taken at a seance, I'd be interested in seeing it. We might use it for a Sunday magazine picture.
I get it. Look here, Casey. Don't you worry about someone just happening to have that sort of a picture. I'll be around with one inside the next couple of days.
Hiya, Clicker.
Hey, Click, how's the girl photographer these days?
Hi, gang. Hey, Lowry.
Huh?
This way, fella. I want words with you.
Oh, what's up?
Come on over here where the super snoopers won't get an earful of my plans. I need cooperation, and you're the guy to give it to me. Right here will do. Sit down on the edge of the desk or someplace. I gotta make a call. Look through that drawer, will you?
For what?
See if you can find that small camera of mine, the Leica.
Candid camera shooting, huh?
And how? Here's the number.
Hey, did it ever occur to you that you could clean out this drawer sometimes and make things easier for yourself?
Careful you don't break any of those filters.
Hey, Scott, how do you know what's in here?
There's the Leica down at the bottom. Pull out that photo flash attachment, too.
Where are you going?
We're going to a spiritualistic seance, Lowry, and get a picture of a ghost.
Hey, have you gone screwy?
Maybe so.
This what you want?
That's it. Close the drawer now. I'm going to try to horn in on one of the meetings this Roger has in that new swanky apartment of his.
You go out of your way looking for trouble, don't you?
Wherever there's trouble, there's a picture, Lowry. And I'd go a long way for a good picture. How much money you got?
Money? What's that?
No fooling. Borrow a couple of bucks, will you? I got to get a couple of flash bulbs and... Say, Lowry, have you got a suit that's pressed?
We have to dress up to go there?
Well, you have to look civilized. The Roger has quality folks at his meetings. Oh, here he is now. Is this the Roger studio? Well, I'd like to know if it's possible for me to attend one of his meetings. One of the seances, you know.
Soft music came from an unseen source in the velvet-draped room where Raja held his seance. In the incense-filled atmosphere, amid luxurious furniture and silk tapestries, a well-dressed group of people awaited the appearance of the Raja himself. Slightly apart from the rest sat Clicker Binney, trying to show the same wide-eyed expression of awe the other ladies showed. With her was Ed Lowry.
Clicker. This place smells bad.
Shut up, Mug. That's incense.
Yeah, well, I wish we were out of here.
Scared?
Oh, my eye.
Now get things straight. You keep that reflector with the flash bulb under your coat till the lights are out. Then get it set and ready.
You've been over all that before.
Well, don't muff it. Point the reflector at the ghost, and when I click the shutter, the bulb will go off.
And we'll go out on our ears.
That's okay by me as long as we get the picture.
The the Rajah stepped from behind heavy drapery, with his head swathed in a turban of royal purple and a gown of similar color, came to within a few inches of the floor. His deep-set, heavy-lidded eyes surveyed the people in the room for a minute, and then he took his place at the head of a table and motioned wordlessly for the others to gather close to him. As they did so, the lights became dimmer, and then the room was dark. In an adjoining room, a man and woman stood with many yards of cheesecloth draped about them.
To commune with the spirits that lie beyond the grave, I must ask that all of you remain absolutely silent and concentrate on the hope of seeing one who was dearly beloved by you in life. While you concentrate, I shall place myself in a state of mind that comes close to the borderline, beyond which no person once crossing has ever returned in body. In a moment, if conditions and atmosphere are right, it may be possible that the voice of someone who means much to one of you will make itself heard. Then, if absolute silence prevails and nothing happens to disturb the spell, this spirit may come and let itself be seen. If it is recognized by any one of you, please speak softly and address it by name.
I'm to go out first tonight, Jane.
I wonder who's going to call you Daddy this time, Greer.
That's so loud. Where's the megaphone? I've got to get the old sepulchral spirit in my voice.
Right here.
Drape this stuff around me now.
Get the megaphone up to the wall there and start talking. The Rogers press the signal button.
Right.
Someone is near the borderline, calling to me.
That sounds like John.
I must caution you not to speak out until you see him and recognize him.
Someone calls me. I hear a voice. I hear a voice. Who calls me?
I feel a presence in this room. Someone from the hereafter is calling for attention. Come, give me your name.
My name was John.
John. John, will you let us see you?
Someone is calling for me. I will let myself be seen.
Come, John. A friend of yours is here.
I would like to have a word with him.
Someone took a picture. What in blazes?
Who did that, John? John, where are you?
This way. Turn on the lights. What is the meaning of this disturbance? This is profane. This is unheard of. This is the way out.
We got it. We got it.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Green Hornet adventure. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue our story. When Britt Reed heard through society friends that Raja, the spiritualist, was using his supposed occult powers to persuade widows to trust their money to his accomplice, he had Clicker Binney get a photograph of the specter at one of the seances. The next day, when Britt Reed came to his office, Ed Lowry was there before him.
The girl got a beautiful shot, boss. It shows that fake up to her fairly well.
Good enough, Lowry. We can use that photo in a Sunday supplement in a few weeks. I'm planning on a feature story dealing with these racketeers and ghosts.
Well, I can contribute.
How's that?
Well, I can contribute. There have been a lot of cases where women have been told by the crook they thought to be the spirit of their dear departed to go and sink their cash into phony stocks and bonds.
Where did you get that?
Police headquarters. They've had complaints on Raja.
They have?
Yeah.
That's odd. And the other evening, a couple of women were telling me about him. They'd been sent to a man named Abbott.
That's the guy.
He sold them stocks that weren't worth a hoot.
That's what the cops were told. But the law can't prove a thing.
I know it. Yeah, perhaps an expose in the Sentinel would do some good. That's what I had in mind, Laura.
Roger will sue if you mention him.
Well, let him sue.
And it won't get anywhere, boss. That's the tough part of it. He'll fold up and move to another city if things get too tough here. There's no way to get the goods on him, and less chance of linking Abbott up with him.
Yeah, it's a confounded shame that this sort of thing can go on unchecked.
You're telling me? I say the way Raja and Abbott worked the racket, it's almost foolproof.
Where's the picture Miss Binney took?
Here, take a look at it.
Say, that is something.
Isn't that a Lulu? Oh, it's a darn shame the cops can't take that as evidence.
It wouldn't mean a thing.
I know. Roger didn't charge anything for the seance, so the law can't touch him. Hang it all, it's the old story. The law can't touch him.
The law couldn't get at Raja and his racket. But Britt had deeper plans when he arranged for the picture to be made. We find him in his apartment with Kato, his faithful servant and the only living man to know him as the Green Hornet.
This picture, Kato, shows me how the ghost appears and where he comes from.
Yes, Mr. Britt.
In my careful study, I can get a fairly good idea of this man's face in spite of the gauze that's draped over his head.
Yes, sir.
And I think that with that, I can step out at the next seance.
What are you going to do?
Give the Raja the shock of his life.
How?
The Green Hornet's going to a seance. The next ghost that Roger summons from behind those drapes is going to have altogether too much to say. Now we've got to make some plans, some rather elaborate plans.
Yes?
You'll be in on them. He uses a phonograph, Kato, that's probably played from the same back room that the ghosts wait their turn in.
What about that?
Now, let me see. Abbott, that's the name of the bird that handles the financial end.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give him an invitation to the next seance. I wonder what he'll have to say. He won't dare say much in front of the guests. Neither will the Raja. But after the guests have gone, I wonder.
Several evenings later, an exceptionally fashionable group of people were in attendance at the seance. Before the Raja made his appearance, he met his accomplice, Abbott, in the side room.
Have you seen all the new people that are here tonight?
I wouldn't know the new from the old.
We're getting the society trade now, Abbott. People with lots of money.
Not so loud.
They can't hear me in the next room. What are you going to do here anyway?
Sit in.
Sort of unusual, isn't it?
Any objections?
No objections, of course. Glad to have you here.
I just thought I'd see if you weren't trying a little double-cross on your own hook.
Whatever gave you that idea, Abbott?
You've been mighty quick to suspect me.
I had sufficient reason to.
Okay, Raja. Just don't try anything, that's all.
You better go and sit down. I'm going to start in a couple of minutes.
Right. This should be worth watching, you fake.
Greer.
Ready for the music?
Yes, you may start the recording now. Give them a good show tonight, Greer. Now, Jane.
Yes?
You're to be the daughter of James Stillwell. He is in the group.
Drowned last summer, didn't I?
That's right.
I have the part memorized.
Good. I'll go and start things.
I'm going to ask that guy for a raise and pay one of these days.
I'm worried about that picture someone took the other night.
Haven't heard anything from it. What's there to worry about?
I don't know, Greer, but just the same.
Keep still. They can't hear it. That mask.
God.
Keep your voices down. You'll regret it.
What's the matter?
Steady, you crook. You're going to take a little nap. You went out nicely, young lady. Yeah, that's it. Just lay right down here. All right, Kato. You can come in now.
They made no noise.
Yeah, that was the big gamble. But I guess they've grown so accustomed to keeping quiet back here that they did it subconsciously.
How's that? You want it?
Very well. Hurry and get it set on that machine.
Yes, sir.
Now, work it out. Let me see. Oh, there's a good place to hide.
Please.
Have the car ready right outside the window?
Yes, sir.
What time is it now?
10 o'clock.
We've got to handle things just right. Stop the machine.
If it is recognized by any one of you, please speak softly and address it by name. Concentrate, my friends. Concentrate.
Now for it.
We must all concentrate. There seems to be a disturbing influence among us.
Is there someone called Lucia?
That's me.
Concentrate, my dear. Concentrate. Do you speak from the hereafter?
I speak to someone called Lucia.
Vincent. Vincent, is that you?
You wish to ask me something?
Something is wrong.
Yes. Yes, tell me, dear. Are you happy?
Yes, Lucia. I am happy.
Before you left, I never knew. Was there any pain? Did you suffer, dear?
There was no pain.
We miss you so much.
Lucia, there is one thing you must do.
Yes. Yes, tell me.
It can save money.
Yes. Yes?
You must invest your insurance. Take it from the bank and invest it.
But I don't...
Hear me, Lucia. A good investment house. The Gurney Sanders.
What? Concentrate, please. Do not disturb the spell.
I remember the name. Vincent, tell me. Tell me a little more. Vincent, I can't see you now. Tell me a little more. Vincent!
Concentrate. Concentrate, my friends. Do not break the spell.
Someone whose name is Elizabeth.
That's my name.
Elizabeth, your brother sends you word through me.
Yes. Yes, my brother. Where is he?
He couldn't come. He sends you word. Do not trust any but the firm of Gurney Sanders with your investment. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. My brother was always afraid I'd...
I can do no more. I can do no more tonight. There is a disturbing influence here. The seance has ended. I am not well. Please, the lights. Another time. But please, now, go.
I want to talk to Vincent again.
Another time. Another time, please.
My brother. Can I get more word from my brother?
Another time, I tell you. Go, get out, leave me. I am not well. The Raja turned up the lights, and the amazed people were hurriedly sent from the luxurious room. All but Abbott, who remained behind until the others had gone. And then...
You dirty, double-crossing crook. It's a good thing I came here tonight.
Abbott, believe me, there was something wrong. I don't know what happened to Greer.
I can tell you what happened to Greer. You decided to play along with that Gurney Sanders firm, huh? I got the tip-off on that, Raja. That's why I came here tonight.
You're crazy, I tell you.
Oh, no, I'm not. You're the one that's crazy to think you could put something like that over on me. Maybe you thought my office wasn't swank enough for the society swells you had here, huh?
No.
You had Greer all primed to give that stuff out. Then when you saw me, you didn't get a chance to change the instructions.
It isn't true.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm not a blind fool, you know, Raja. Well, don't get the idea you can double-cross me.
All right, you blustering idiot. Just what do you propose to do?
I'm going to smash you.
Oh, no, you're not. Maybe you're the one that took that picture the other night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe you thought a photograph of one of the ghosts would smash me. Well, let me tell you this. I know the law, and I've stayed inside the law. And that's more than you have done.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. You open your mouth, and I'll send you to jail.
You can't do it.
Oh, yes, I can. There have been plenty of people who have gone to your place and bought worthless stock. There have been a lot of others that have bought stock from you and been told the stock went down. That what they bought on margin was wiped out. I happen to know, Abbott, that you never bought the stock at all. You just pocketed the dough. Well, don't get any foolish ideas about trying to make trouble for me.
You can't double-cross me and get away with it.
Who's that? How do I know? Where is Greer? You can ask him. I didn't try to double-cross you, Abbott. Greer, where are you? Answer the door.
I'll go myself. We'll continue this discussion a little later, Raja. I'm not through by any means.
Where's he at? Stand aside. Let's go through the place.
Police, what's the meaning of this?
What do you want here?
Where's the Green Hornet?
The Green Hornet? I know nothing about the Green Hornet.
He's hiding out here someplace. I just got the phone call a little while ago, and we come right over. It's too bad he didn't do something about you two rats before he skipped out. He's probably gone by this time.
Whoever called you is mistaken. There was no phone call from here, and the Green Hornet has not been here.
And we don't want you cops around. Now clear out.
What are you doing here, Abbott?
I am reading his palm.
You think fast on your feet, don't you, Roger? Let's have a look behind there.
One moment, officer. Maybe you've heard that a warrant is required before you can search a man's home.
You know all the laws, don't you?
Sufficient of them.
That's why I came here tonight, Joe.
Someone in there. Come on.
That's my voice.
Let's go see.
You think you could put something like that over on me? Maybe you thought my office wasn't swank enough.
You two talking.
It's a frame-up.
Shut up.
No. Let's listen. Greer all primed to give that stuff out. Then when you saw me, you didn't get a chance to change the instructions.
It isn't true.
Oh, yeah.
Let me out of here. Right where you are.
Turn that thing off.
Quiet, Roger. Looks like we got the goods on you at last.
Let me go. Let me out of here.
No, you don't. Not so fast. That record will hold in court. Hang on to these two. We're taking you both in, and that record as well.
No, it's a frame-up, I tell you. You can't do it.
Let me go. This intrusion. You have no warrant.
We're taking you guys in without a warrant. Take that record along.
Who did it?
Hey, look over there. Those two on the floor. Holy mackerel. What's happened to them?
It's Greer.
You're helpers.
I knew there was something wrong. I told you, Abbott. I told you that Greer wasn't the one who appeared.
They're alive, all right. Just knocked out. Yeah. We better call the boys and have the wagon sent over. This thing's bigger than we thought. Yeah, take that record so we don't lose that. I've got it. And hey, holy cats, look at this. I get it now. We were sent over here to get the Green Hornet. Okay. Look what's on the record. The mark of the Green Hornet. There he goes. He's outside. He sneaked out this window. Boys, I'd say offhand the Hornet framed this whole thing.
I told you we were framed.
It won't hold in court.
Oh, yes, this will hold in court, Raja. And for once in his life, the Green Hornet's done a good turn for the police department.
Ladies and the West Street Paper, read out!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Green Hornet, Incorporated.
All right. Well, I like that one a lot. I like the supernatural aspect to it. I mean, granted, we know there were scammers the whole time, but I really like that element to it. And being a horror fan, kind of the blending of the superhero and horror genres has always been very interesting to me. That's why I like characters like Zatanna. All right. Well, that's 3 episodes for today. Let me know what you think. Did you like today's episodes? Did you not like them? Let me know your thoughts on the Green Hornet. And come on in next time, and we'll do episode 2s or part 2s with another hero. Let me know who you want to see. Thanks again for watching, everybody who watched live, everybody who is going to watch later. Thank you very much. We appreciate all of you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on Heroes of the Golden Age.
They left on the pages in capes and flight, shadows of justice in the dead of night, silver and spandex from a time gone by, lifting us higher as they touch the sky. Heroes of the golden age fight the fight, blazing bright in the neon light. Beneath the stars we light our way, legends live in the golden age today. Blazing through cosmic dust, ray guns flashing in a world of rust. Masked Avengers with the daring flair, saving the future like they always dare. Heroes of the golden age fight the fight, blazing bright in the neon light. Beneath the stars we light our way, legends live in the golden age today. Can't hold them, they're bold and true, from reels of the past to a screen near you. Golden whispers in electric glow, watch the champions steal the show. Heroes of the golden age fight the fight, blazing bright in the neon light. Beneath the stars we light our way, legends live in the golden age today.